Am I live? Oh, I am. Hey, y'all. Give me a second, because I'm actually learning stuff here. Big Mama's actually learning something here, guys. Hey. Now, where I'm, all right. Well, what I can say is I do believe, and bye bar. um, but there was another box that, oh, my live control panel. All right. All right. Yes, I'm new, but I'm not about to learn on the fly, so sorry, people. No, I don't know. I'm looking at, but I did like this little borrow here. Okay. Um, Thank you and welcome. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Whew. What a week, what a week. So that I am not uh okay, my chat rate is right. See, we are over here learning, guys. We are learning. Okay? Now, Richard, can you go live or can somebody sit on here so I'll see what we got going on? I tried to do it all myself today, y'all. All myself. All myself. So we'll know. Let's see. Can you watch and let me know what's happening? Okay, Erica said she was going to be on there too. Okay. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Y'all, I was trying to almost look cute for y'all this week. And then I burnt the pressing. Warning, please configure both. I don't got both primary and backup streaming. I don't know what that means. They got a lot going on this screen. Oh no. Oh, that list. Oh, ooh. Okay, so see, we are really learning some stuff, and they are getting really fancy, and I'm here to. Hey, Chris. Okay. So see, as we're looking, I'm realizing that it's so much to this. We are really out here learning, guys. Well, I'm learning. Y'all don't know what the heck going on in the background, right? Okay, but I can't read the chat this week. Yes, I can see the chat. Okay, gang. Y'all gonna be too through with me by the time we done with this. Okay, Chris, it's your fault that I'm late. And I'll tell you why. Because I was over there live trying to get you over here to the to the YouTube. Okay. Thank you guys. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in this week. Thank you guys for all of the love, support, and the views from last week. I really thought I was going to be sitting here talking to myself, which I kind of sort of was. I do that all the time, so I guess it's perfect business for me, right? I really thought I was going to be talking to myself, and 3-4 of you guys tuned in. I was so happy. I wasn't talking to myself. Aside from that, one thing I am very grateful and appreciative of, so I'll just start the show there. Just thanking you guys for whoever signed in and watched. When I checked yesterday, I was up to 60 views. What? 60 people want to watch me? I don't know why. But I guess y'all just being nice and kind, and I appreciate that because, well, I appreciate you for being nice and kind. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Um, this week, let's see, it is April. So this is our time capsule, guys. So let's see, April 8th is Tuesday, April 8th, a little past 6:30 because Big Mama's supposed to be on here at 6:30. Me, your host, the Melanin Princess, crazy Melanin Princess, aka Big Mama. What's going on? Ooh, what's going on? So, the director of the Secretary of Defense, Hegseth, good God Almighty, removing nearly 400 books from the Naval Academy's library that's promoting diversity, equity, inclusion, just historical books that we used to have a reading list back in the day at school. I don't care what school you went to. Now I don't know what these kids are up to. Kind of scary. But much of the education that I received in my life came from my dad. And of course my mom too, but my dad was a retired naval officer. And much of his education, he was a career naval person, so much of his education came from that particular library and libraries like it because he was also in school while he was in the Navy. And to know that much of what he learned about his history came from the Navy, the fact that they're pulling that, I can only think of how detrimental that is, not just to, everybody, kids, but specifically military families. Pulling resources like that, that's so whack. But that's what's going on, unfortunately. So we're going to put that in the time capsule. And the last installment of The Handmaid's Tale, it premieres today. So that's what's going on Tuesday, April 8th. Because there ain't much else going on. Protests, but we ain't when we black like this, not like this. As Funky Dineva says, we ain't showing up. So that's that for the time capsule. That's what we got going on. But let's talk about this Handmaid's Tale for just a hot second, okay? It is so apropos to the time. And I'll say it because it's like the fuck around and find out movement meeting the 92 percenters over here that voted the way that wouldn't have the state of America looking the way it is right now. But we done just got on a we all trying to get the hell up out of here, right? And so we meet on the train with all the people who was gung-ho for it, but they done fucked around and find out that they still on the same train with us. That's what Handmaid's Tale is. So I hope it really goes in the way of kind of that this week. I don't know, this whole season, because we only got this last season. It's going to be sad because what a great show. A little bit on the policy thing, because we ain't about to talk about politics, because I told y'all we going to touch on policy. Tariffs. Hearing from the Singapore, I want to say it's Prime Minister, about the tariffs that are imposed, and they're in a tariff deficit, which means they buy more stuff from the U.S. than they import to us, or technically export for them, but what's imported to us. And how many of these countries that we do business with, how they feel. And many are our allies, and they not feeling so great about it. Like, that's pretty messed up that you did your homie like that. So we just gonna leave that right there. But as far as the impact, it's devastating. I don't know if you guys looked at my Instagram page when I had spoke about my hedge fund, right? Because I want to be a hedge fund manager. Grassroots, because that's what I'm doing, right? I'm finding stocks that I believe will trend great as the years collectively go by, right? GE didn't start at $200. At one point, it was probably a few pennies or $1. But as time goes on, clearly these stocks go up. So just leveraging the energy fund. Of course, energy is a hell of a big topic. Why? Because um, global warming mainly. I think that that's what has it so far out in the forefront. But what many people probably fail to know, realize, understand in the energy space, many of the people that harm the earth are the same companies that are the biggest companies on the other side. That's, oh, we try to do, low emission, and we try to go, what is it, y'all know what it is, you know what the word is, I can't think of it right now, but anyhow, they trying to lessen our reliance for energy on extracting all of this stuff from the earth. Anyhow, they the same players on both ends. Like, they have the billionaires all the way over here that's creating the technology and all this other stuff. That's the same egregious people on the other end that's kind of sucking the earth dry too. Just to let y'all know, because that's technically what my energy fund is. You'd be surprised of these same companies: GE, Sempra, Eversource, Next Era. All of them do the exact same thing, but in different facets. So, anyhow, I say that to say this: I have, because it's about Big Mama, my life after, right? So after these kids left, I decided I want to get. I've never worked two jobs ever in my entire life at the same time. So I have a job where I can't even say babysit. I met this lady in a bar, and so she was like, "I live in Greece, and I need somebody to watch after my dad. He's 80. He just turned 84, and he's now my new best friend. I love him." And so he was a dental practitioner here in Los Angeles, Westchester area. He's from Lithuania, and he's retired, of course. And we were just talking yesterday about these tariffs, what they're going to do, how they've impacted the market, and how much people have lost. And he looked at his stuff, and he was telling me he lost 2 years off of his retirement. Now, when you're 84, 2 years is a lot and a little at the same dang time. Because what if I outlive my money? What do I do at 98 if I only plan for 100 and I lose all my monies, or I lose 2 years? Do I start working at 98? I mean, for real. People are close to retirement. I know many people who 63, 65, 68, and you looked at your stuff and you said, wait, hold on now. Hold on. You said, wait, I can't do it right now, baby. I gotta go 3, 4, 5 more years. Oh no. Especially when your body already mentally breaking down. I'm wasting my lemon drops. When your body already breaking down because mentally your mind is telling your body, you only gotta make it to right there, then you can collapse, right? So everybody's body is like, I only got to make it to right there to now be told, oh, hold on now. You got to put in a little bit more. Are you kidding me? This is horrible. So that's that. And we're going to leave that alone. Okay? So let's get on over to the kids' corner. Let me tell you about these kids. Start with Aja. Lakers on. She ain't dealing with me right now. That's really all my updates are going to be every week about Aja. If it ain't about the Lakers, it don't make sense, and she probably ain't got no words for you. So one of these days you'll get her breaking it down and talking about it. Maybe when we get to the playoffs, it'll be more for her to want to do a segment with her mama, because right now these kids ain't messing with me. Chopper. He's coming home, y'all. My Chopper's coming home. He's about to complete his very first year. Thank you guys for all of your love, support, and fun, fine, great, grand wishes for him. He is doing amazing. He got a girlfriend. I don't think I'm supposed to tell nobody that. That's why he don't be telling me nothing, because he say my mouth is too big, and I be thinking everybody needs to know everything. And just because I live my life way out loud and I want to tell everybody everything, don't mean that he want everybody to know everything about him. but I made him. So I don't know how he really feel like I don't got, like, you mine. Okay? So whatever. I won't speak anymore about that. But she from Sacramento. And she just finished her first year too, or they're finishing their first year. So anyhow, he'll be back. He'll be back in time for my Fats and her prom. He'll be back, and I asked him, me and his dad said, hey, when do you get out of school? And he's like, oh, May 16th is the last day. And we've been bugging this kid, like, so they let you out and then you got to move out and do all of that on the exact same day. Doesn't make sense. Let me go ahead and just buy this ticket, and if he has any changes to be made, he'll do it. Then he responds as soon as I send him that thing talking about, well, you leave it on this day, okay? And you'll be home. And he said, oh, yeah, well, we're really out on the 14th. And so what y'all think? Y'all think he just want to hang around a couple extra days, like laid up on vacation on the beach or something with that girl? What y'all think? I don't know. Okay, y'all tell me in the chat, but I want to know. And then Sterling, I asked Sterling, because when is you gonna love on your mama? When is you coming home or something? Like, hello, brother. And so he said, I texted him last night. I was like, hello, when are you coming home? And he said, he'll be here for Mother's Day. And I said, oh, okay. As I'm thinking about flights, because these kids like to have you in a trick bag, and I don't like that. Let me buy your flight well in advance. I don't even know when Mother's Day is, but I suspect that it's about to be rolling around in the next 3-4 weeks. So anyhow, he said he don't need a flight coming, because he catching a ride. Okay? So he rolling into town for me for Mother's Day. Now I feel good again about these little crumb snatchers. He said, but yeah, you're going to have to buy me a flight going home. Oh, add to that. Let me tell you how these kids do me. I wish my mom was alive, but that's neither here nor there. I wish she would say, hey, you want to go to a cruise to Dominican or Bahamas with me? I don't know. I got to see. Oh, well, in August, because he's coming in May. So I'm trying to keep him here until, like, because I want the house filled with all boys. I hope, because when they here, I try to go camping. I try to do all of it like they little again. Like, I'm trying to get the full-fledged summer, everything cracking, and they ain't trying to do none of it with me. So I asked him, well, when we take Chop back to school, you want to go to Hawaii? Because we're trying to do this big Hawaii trip. Oof. I have to let you know. I don't know. Okay, I'm 28. And my mom and them saying, oh, you want to go to the Dominican? You want to go to the Bahamas? You want to go to Hawaii? You ain't paying nothing? And you talk about, I might have to do Lyft or something? Boy, what's wrong with these kids? What did I do? Why didn't want to hang with me? Okay, so they daddy said, and I guess I got to listen to him. Mike said, it ain't about you. It ain't. I'm a Cancer. What? It ain't about me. Okay, tell me something new. It ain't about you, but they are adult boys now. They don't want to do nothing like hang with their mama all day, all the time, and go everywhere with their mama. I don't know if he tells the truth, but I'm going to take it because he's a male. I guess I got to listen, but that just sounds stupid. Why do you want... Do y'all feel my pain? This is my life after. This is why we here. This is why y'all sitting on the line with me. Because these kids is doing me dirty. What is I'm supposed to do with my life? I didn't think about it. It's like, oh, I had kids so early. And then you get to live great life with your kids, you know? You get to go to the games, throw the ball, dribble. You get to be involved in life, right? Now, nobody tell you that when you have them young, they kind of leave when you hot and tempting. I ain't tempted for nothing other than bed, but I still want to play. I want to go play tennis or volleyball with Chop or do something. And I feel like I'm going to age by leaps and bounds because I don't have any youth around me. So I really need some youth around me. Cause somebody go have me a baby, do something. Okay, so I do got a little baby, my little chunka wunka, but she can't really walk or do nothing just yet. I can lift her like weight. She can be my little exercise something. But really, what do you do? I understand live life. I'm living life. This is my life. Y'all, my new life. This is my new life. My life after having these kids is sitting here talking to y'all like I'm talking to myself because that's really all I got. Because, child. Okay, let's get into the show. We got some stuff to talk about. Oh, I got puppies. I'll be telling y'all that. So if y'all need a puppy, they're really cute. They're in the backyard barking and fighting right now. Maybe I'll go live so you guys can see the puppies and see if you want one. They're free. So please take. I'll even give you a little bag of dog food if you want. So let's get into the show. I told y'all I was going to share with you guys a Buddhist principle. And Buddhism is not a religion, but more or less like a way of life. Probably like the Scientology, but I ain't dibbling in none of that, okay? Y'all can't hear the dogs, because I can see it on my little squeaky meter here. Because I'm all set up like a real studio and stuff. Okay, Buddhist principle. You will be free when you understand the cage where you live is made of thoughts. So my Black business spotlight, I told you guys I was going to do a Black business spotlight as well. My thought for it initially was for it to always have something to do rooted, grounded near the Los Angeles area, right? Or Black businesses in Los Angeles. I would appreciate if you also feed me businesses in Los Angeles that I can check out and promote because that's where we're at, and we do need our own economy to help bolster our community. So my Black business spotlight is an author. He's not from Los Angeles, I know. He's been on a number of podcasts now because I did a little research while I was thinking about doing this segment. And where we are right now, I think that his name is Jason Wilson. So his name is Jason Wilson. He's done some podcasts. How I learned of this brother was because I'm going to promote his books. I want you guys to purchase them. I learned about him on one of my talk radio programs on Sirius XM, Channel 126 Urban View. So shouts out to Karen Hunter because she's one of the best ever. Okay. And I listened to him and his story, and it was just so crazy. So he just did this podcast with Matt Barnes. You guys may have seen it, you may not have, but Google it and watch it. And the reason why I am promoting this brother is because, and hopefully you guys can see it. So one of his books is Cry Like a Man, of which I have begun that book. And the other one is Battle Cry. These are the two that I purchased because there was this Black lady that called into the show. And she was discussing the problems that she had in her relationship with her husband, and the fact that he just would never open up. And as a Black man in America, I think, these are my thoughts. Again, like I said last week, we got opinions and we got facts. What I'm saying is not fact, this is my opinion. I grew up 10 of 10. I have 5 brothers. I grew up in a house with my father. I have 4 sons, 2 bonus sons, 2 natural sons. My partners have all been black males. So I like to think that I have an understanding in living in the black male space. And what I'll say is, it is very difficult to think that any person, because I'm a Cancer, we talked about this last week, I cry a lot, I let things out. It's crazy to think that a human can go through the things that they go through and not have a release, right? So crying releases stress hormones. To me, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're human, right? And so it brings us to our main topic tonight, which is trauma bonding. In that podcast that he had with Matt Barnes, he had said something really profound that said, I don't want to live from wounds. I want to live from a healed heart. And the lady that called into the show said, when she had heard this brother speak before, she wanted a way into understanding her husband. I don't proclaim to think I got all the answers, but I do know that black men tend to suffer from way more. This is a fact. They suffer from more aggravation from our society and community than any other species. And she said, I bought the book. My husband and I read them together, and it blew the top off of what she felt she was living with the person versus what it really was, because she truly had no understanding of who a black male was, right? And I say all of my background because this is my life after, right? And this is the revelations, and he's still learning, he's still growing. So I just thought that I'd share with you guys on my journey to try and understand my black males. If not my mate, most importantly, my sons. How I show up in their lives, how they expect me to show up, how they want me to show up, and wherever I've fallen short in the past, how I try to fix it, because I do not want them to be males that cry or they cannot cry. If anybody knows my story, Chop was a cry baby. Oh my gosh, he wouldn't shut up. I don't know if I'm not gonna say he got it all out. He did not get it all out. And we still have conversations now. And without putting too much of his business out there, I love and respect the fact that he can express his emotion to me. And I've heard that he expresses it to others in a healthy form, which is probably why he has such great relationships around him. He's able to express himself, and if a cry is needed or necessary, then that's what he does. In my case, I can't control it, so I can't say whether it's necessary or not. However, tears be flowing. It happens. So a lady bought the book. She said it did more for her relationship than the previous decade of psychotherapy that they had been going through. So the psychologist and, going to therapy and doing all of the things. She said, because I was finally able to have a better understanding of the black male than I've ever had before. And right now where I am in the book is just learning about his background. I know his grandfather was lynched. And we're talking about trauma bonding in the way in which most all trauma comes from unhealed wounds, right? So whether it's our childhood or our parents' childhood, in this case, his grandfather's childhood, and being black in America, our entire lineage is riddled with trauma. We always proclaim that we want peace, right? People are like, oh, I want. They posting on Instagram. Oh, I don't bring nothing my way. All I want. Y'all want to tell me my butt was showing this whole time? I don't know if y'all can see it, but peace. If it ain't about peace, keep it over there. And everybody just put this something inside, right? That sounds like it's coming from um, a scratchy place, clawing for peace. And so another one of the quotes was, peace is not the absence of chaos, trials, tests, or adversity. It's having a calm heart in the midst of those things. To know my life, and over the course of this whole podcast, you guys will hear more about I'll open up about my life. It's an open book if you know me. And if not, it doesn't really matter. You'll get to know me, right? I lost my parents pretty early, not child, but when I for dang show felt as if I still needed them. I was pregnant with my daughter, my second child, in 2002 when my mom passed. I was 23, when she passed away. 23, somewhere around in there. My mom died at the age of 53. And then my dad died in 2009, so I was 32 at that time. And the trauma of losing my parents was one thing. But having to live with losing my parents is another. People often tell me, I guess probably because my parents died young, right? Well, when me and my friends and things like that were young. So people always say you need to be a grief counselor. Well, I looked it up and it takes a lot, and I'm not about to do all that to talk to y'all about grief when I can speak from my experience, albeit I'm not getting paid for it, but that ain't nothing I really want to get paid for in the first place. So I can't do it for free. People do come to me for the first person they tell somebody to call somebody passed away, call Albert. Like, she'll talk to you and you'll feel better and blah, blah, and all this other good stuff. That's great. People think that it gets easier, and I always say it won't get easier. What you see people doing is learning to live with pain. Black people have been learning to live with pain and trauma so well. We show up in society as if we have none. That is the problem. That is the problem that I see. Again, my opinion doesn't make it fact, but it seems to be across the board something that it kind of plagues us, right? When we're talking about like trauma bonding, have you ever noticed? So I say that to say people gravitate towards me as it relates to grief. But I see the trauma in women who have been abandoned, who have abandonment issues, right? And I feel as if I have abandonment issues, not because my dad left me, but because my parents passed away. And then having so much devastating loss over the years of the people that are closest to me. I can post a picture on here of the closest people to me. I'm probably the only person left in the photo. And it's scary, right? You begin to think of your own mortality, and it is daunting. I say that to say, have you ever noticed people who kind of click up? And it's based off of, not all of it, it's not all based, because like minds do tend to gravitate. There's a magnetic force that make people gravitate towards one another. But you notice that people create relationships and bonds oftentimes based off of commonality of things in which they've gone through. One of the things that I see with those types of relationships, one of the bad things that I see, because there's a lot of good. Where bad can be found, good can also be found in every area of all things across the board. I think one of the things is when people are hurting and you find other people that are hurting, we pile on hurt without looking or seeking resolution. And when we do that, it's not cathartic to be in the like-minded group of somebody who just keep you down there, versus maybe somebody went through the exact same thing, but they're finding a way out, or I'm seeing healthy outlets for them, whereas over here all we do is itch and complain about it, and there is no finding peace, because most of the trauma, most of the dramatic people in life, let's be honest, most of the most dramatic people we know, they always talking about peace, ain't they? Hey, JJ. So I say that to get back on the peace. It's not the absence of all of those things. It's truly having a calm heart during those things. People like to say hurt people hurt people. It's not a mantra I subscribe to. I say that because it's a life that I live. I've been hurt by life circumstances. I've been hurt by love. I've been hurt by people. And there's always a look back to certain things. But in the grandeur hurt of hurts, where families fall out and things manifest in ways where families are forever altered, relationships are forever altered, families, your lineage, the way in which your kids and everything else and their kids forever altered because of major hurts, right? Those kinds of hurts. They've never made me want to hurt anybody because they decided that was what they wanted to do to me. It made me want to pray for them. And I did. I do it because if I can do that, hopefully the prayer that I sent up to God, whatever deity, whoever you praying to, it causes that person not to do it to the next person. And a part of Buddhism is just that. Inhaling everybody else's problems and breathing out, like you're being a filter, a purifier, somebody who's clearing out the air of all the things that came before, so that you leave people better than you met them, life better than you found it, the earth better than it was before you came, the park cleaner than it was, wherever, the beach is, whatever it is in life. That's kind of the goal. So hurt people shouldn't hurt people. I don't think all hurt people do hurt people. And finding peace, even though we're bonding through trauma. And then another thing that he said was, without fear, there's no need for courage. And in doing this podcast, because we talked about this last week, how hard it was for me to try to get this thing up, running, and all of that. That's funny. My one friend at work, because he's a friend. No, not, it ain't no air quotes. He's my real friend. And he's only a black person. And so he was asking me if I hit my quota. And I like to say that I actually did hit my quota for this. I actually hit and this is the first month of our fiscal year. And I hit my quota for the quarter, okay? I think I'm doing good. Thank you, County of Los Angeles, for my deal or two. Yeah, because I got another one put in. But anyhow, without fear, there's no need for change. And my goodness, I talk about my mental health a lot. We'll get into that because that's a whole, but hello? I talk about mental health a lot. Anxiety is the fear of the future, and depression is the hurt or the worry of the past, right? Neither thing we can control, yet that trauma it's just we burying it down because we got to get the kids to practice, we got to get them to school, we got to go here, we got a dental appointment, we got a doctor's appointment, we got to go here and take care of this, we got to go help grandma on Saturday, we got all those things, and we humans, and we ain't meant to go through half the stuff that we go through. I speak from a black experience because who else's experience can I speak from? I speak from a female perspective because who else can, I mean, I guess I could change, but I'd probably be a fine ass nigga too, huh? Ooh, if I was a man, ooh, I'd probably be good looking. Anyhow, um, trauma bonding has its place, I truly believe, but I think so often we get hunkered down in wanting to identify with anybody else, especially in our darkest moments, because those are the times we want to feel as if we are not alone. Because those are the times when we most likely don't need to be alone. We don't want to be alone. And I think one of the greatest things, and I'll say this because as a person who's attempted suicide in my life multiple times, it was the feeling alone. Like nobody knows what I'm going through. Nobody understands this. Nobody gets it. I am not around one person who can say, "Oh, I understand," and I'm looking at them like, "No, look, you do not. You don't. You do not get it. Nobody understands." So it has its place. I truly believe it, but with a healthy outlook. I had a girlfriend tell me this weekend. She asked her husband. Well, she told me that she asked. I guess she asked. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not trying to be my own policing of verbal speak vernacular right now. She asked her husband, "What kind of man you want to be?" And I'm asking y'all, for men, because we are men, because we want y'all to cry, we want y'all to show up, be whole, and have the best, most meaningful, fulfilling, loving, nurturing, kind, grace giving and offering relationships that you can have as the true spine and backbone of our community. Without y'all, we cease to exist. And when she asked that, it made me think of, just as a woman, to rid off all of these answers, right? Like, oh, my answer, because again, I'm answering. I'm a woman, not a man. What kind of man do you want to be? Oh, I would want to be a man of great integrity, a family man, an educated man. I want to be a man that knows how to nurture his family and his community. I want to be a leader. I want to be a provider. I want to be a safe place for my family and community. So that's back to being nurturing. That's what I'm saying. Princess, you's a woman, right? And so pretty much his answer was lackluster. She's already in that mental place. She's pissed off. It made her just at the thought of, because you wear me low, right? And so I ask you guys, I implore anybody to answer this to themselves. You can leave it in the comments or whatever. Are you merely existing, or are you living with intention? It is very difficult, I think, sometimes with so much distraction in life. Definitely it was designed that way, for you to live with intention. When you go somewhere with your friends, you're on your phone. When you take your wife out, both of y'all kind of, you're there together, but you're distracted. Because it's not that new puppy love anymore. When it's new and all that good stuff, yeah, it's just like, I'm so into them. But there's so much mystique and things that you don't know. So your natural, innate behavior is, ooh, I want to know more. When a person loses so much of the mystique because you're so familiar with one another, we lose intention. You think you know people, right? How intentional are you? Because when you live without intention, right, we are just bots in a cog, just going through life. I went to my kids' game. I really was like, yo, I didn't really pay attention. It's like, oh yeah, I looked up. It was like, oh yeah. You get in a car, you're idly driving, you ain't even paying attention. You just know the way you go. You didn't look at anything that was happening. You didn't notice that store closed down, or the lights was out over there. So many things that you're just going. I wake up, I brush my teeth, I do this. You didn't even notice a mole growing on your face. You you go through. I don't know if you guys ever watched the Truman Show with Jim Carrey, but it's really funny because so many people in life, and you see them. I see them on the freeway. I'm a very animated person, so I'm always like in the car doing all of this stuff. So I'm looking around and bobbing and weaving in and out of traffic. Hey, I'm an LA girl, and so you're just like, dang, it is just so many people. The baby in the back seat cooing, and great, ample time for you to spend that time in traffic, singing songs, engaging, and you just probably got your radio up because I ain't paying no attention, and I'm just, where does that leave us as humanity when nobody's engaged, nobody's paying attention, and we're just trauma bonding through life, living with a lack of integrity? So, intention, excuse me, not integrity. We probably still have integrity, even though we have no intention. We're just going through the motions. I really don't like that for us. Without fear, that anxiety, that something in us, something in it for me. I appreciate everybody who's congratulated me. I really love those who say, I've been wanting to start a podcast, and I'm like you. I always talk about what I'm gonna do and don't come through with a lot of stuff. So I appreciate you guys and all of your well wishes and encouragement and all that good stuff, because it is very much appreciated. It's more than appreciated. It's necessary. So you're doing your work in that regard by being intentional and by telling me that, because it took intent to speak and say, congratulations, way to go, great job, I'm proud of you, all of those good things. Because without that fear, there is no courage. And I do believe I was very courageous to do this. And it did not come without the greatest of fear. Last week I was so nervous because I'm a public speaker. I do know how to wing it pretty well. But it was not great, and I hope this week has been better. So if somebody asks you what kind of person you want to be, what kind of man you want to be, I hope that you not only answer it truthfully, honestly, the way that you truly want to leave this earth. If it was your tombstone and you had to write what it is or who it is that you want to be, who lays in this ground or in this tomb or in this memorial or in this urn, if you can write out, here lies Chris, a man of great intention, a Christian, fear of God, this, that. Not only are you saying that that's what you want to be, but you have the courage to work through the fear of actually becoming that person. And for the women, because we've been on men and pumping them up, and my Instagram page, I've been doing a lot over Black History Month and March as well, that has been putting it out there about black men, because we love black men. Okay, well, at least I do. Because as I told you, my sons are black men. They are freaking awesome. All four of them. Awesome. I haven't gotten Lil Rich and Tyler's consent to talk about them on my page yet. So once I do that, then I can start telling y'all about them too, because they are magnificent and fantastic, and I love them to death. So, to the women, the strongest part of the Great Pyramid of Giza is this massive limestone-based foundation and the carefully constructed horizontal layers of casting stones. Pyramids are incredibly strong due to their inherent structural stability, allowing for a strong, durable structure that can withstand immense stress and the passage of time. Black women, this is me speaking. This is my opinion because it ain't a fact. What up, Marcos? Okay. Black women are the basis for which the black race stands upon. Often buried deep and unseen, we provide the base upon which we all stand. The mitochondria gene came from a black woman, and it is the gene that has created every human being that is on this earth. And I did a comparison of the Great Pyramid of Giza because its base is so far. You see the beauty of the pyramid, right? And you know this structure goes down so far deep. And when I gave you the description of the pyramid, and it's due to the inherent structural stability, allowing for a strong, durable structure that can withstand immense stress. It is the black woman. The only way for this black male to feel vulnerable enough, but courageous enough to cry, to open up, to be what it is that they rightfully should be, the kings in this land of America, because we're only talking about 400. We're black. We're not Africans. We're African Americans. And it's a big difference. Huge difference. It do start with us, ladies. So I have an Am I Alone? Because that's the end for trauma bonding. Thank y'all for tuning in, all 80 y'all. But am I alone? Again, this segment is Am I Alone? Because am I the only person who thinks this? Because I often think that I do. Because it's so different from what I believe everybody else thinks, right? Withdrawing from or distancing myself from someone or anyone I predict no longer has much life left to live. I've never told anybody that before. And I've done so 2 times now. And the people passed away. I feel as if, and here's my trauma, right? I feel as if I can already begin the grieving process, I feel as if that might be what it is. If I can already begin to begin my grieving process, then maybe it'll make it easier, more palatable for me to have that head start that you need. You feel as if you need. Again, peace, and I talk about my Buddhism, is about feeling. It's about going through it. When you mask something, you do not go through it. That's what Matt Barnes was talking about when he was speaking to the brother Jason Wilson on that podcast. You ruin stuff. You ruin a lot of your present, and if not addressing the present, your future is so dismal. Wanting to have a head start on someone dying, I'm not God. I can't predict when somebody's going to pass away, but something in my spirit be telling me and I don't want to see it, be it. It's different from a parent. Like, okay, my parent, I'm not going to stay away from my parents because they're passing away. No, I'm not talking about my parents. I'm not talking about somebody else's parents. I'm talking about friends, people I see not living their life right, and it's like I'm moving away, and then it happens. Um, Jayla asked me, do I feel as if it will leave regret? No, because I haven't felt regretful about it. I'm always here when people need me. Um, as y'all know, because pretty much everybody out here, my friend. You call me, I'm coming running. I don't care what it is you need, when you need it, if you need it. Um, I think the distance that it is because much of the reason why I feel as if you're about to pass is the way in which you live your life. And I'm not on board with that. So I'm distancing myself from watching the train wreck. I know you're getting ready to go stand on the track. I don't want to go with you, stand there and watch it go plow. So no, it's sparing me what I know you're about to do. So I think that's why I don't have the regret. So thank you for that question, Jayla, because it helps me be more specific as to why I feel the way in which I feel. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave that out there because that's crazy, right? Um, so on purpose. So in closing, my on purpose. Thank y'all for hanging with me for how long I've been on 30, almost an hour, because that's what it was supposed to be from. Oh, look at me. Oh, girl, being on time. It's that public speaking stuff. So anyhow, my on purpose statement that I heard: the energy you're around affects your health, and that ties into that. Being around certain energy is big. So I was just digging into something about energy. AI came up with some facts about energy, right? Energy transfer between people can occur through various forms, including mechanical energy, which is pushing or lifting, heat energy, which is warming. Clearly, we go touch, we will warm. Chemical energy, residue, and even through electromagnetic signals, which can influence heart rate patterns and brain waves. Now, we all know that to be true, because when you be feeling something for somebody and you be like, ooh, because we done felt that. And like, okay? And you be feeling it, and they be feeling it too. Cause that's how them songs be coming about. Rain down on me. How our love gonna be raining down if it wasn't no energy that made that happen, right? So it affects your health. I'm getting off topic. I'm supposed to be done. It affects your health in so many areas of your life. And I'm closing with that because we want to be with like-minded individuals. We want to live our life intentionally, purposefully. We want to be around good energy, right? Good energy. And sometimes it takes courage for us to seek it out, because it's too easy for us to get settled into our traumas, the drama of life. This person hate their job, I'm gonna start hating my job and complaining and itching and moaning. We ain't got a good job. We all hate that mother, right? It's too much to complain about, but it's so many things, so many more things to be grateful for and about. I have two very dear loved people who just got laid off. This ain't easy. It's not easy to watch. I don't want to watch it, and I'm trying to figure out ways for them, because that's my life after, is to be helpful to people. So my on purpose statement is: the energy you're around affects your health. My high of the week: This Saturday and Sunday, I celebrated two birthdays. One was a milestone birthday, but I celebrated two birthdays. I'm usually a person now, I want my weekends to be about cleaning, hanging with my dogs, and doing pretty much nothing. Like sleeping, resting, getting my battery up for a whole nother week, which kind of sucks because with the kids, they had me going, and it's not like that anymore. But my high was spending much needed time with my sister, best friend, and loved ones. When I tell you the energy of this weekend, exhausting because it was a long days. I mean, I drove to Temecula, long back the next day, Long Beach, and spent the entire top of the morning to the end of the night, both days, partying, having a great time, and good freaking energy. That the tire that I would have ordinarily had, it being so low, the magnetic energy gave my body something that going through perimenopause right now, I have not felt this in a long time, to be on like 5 days of work, 2 days of the weekend at 7. Now I got 5 days and I got the energy that I have to go into this show and do all of this. My low of the week. My low of the week. And I'm going to go back to, let me find my little cue card, because it was a thought that propelled into, it was a snowball of more thoughts. My Buddhist principle, you will be free when you understand the cage where you live is made of thoughts. I went down one thought and the next thought and it just got just so dark and bad. Albert, why would you talk to yourself like that? Girl, that's. So I end with that low to go back to the Buddhist principle, because it is a cage. And it can be as small and tiny and just deeply rooted in hate that you could ever want to live. And I hope that we all have the courage to free ourselves and find that peace in changing the way we think, change the way we think about ourselves, but others too, but mainly about ourselves, and giving ourselves grace, because we are so deserving. Black men, you are so deserving. Black women, you are so deserving. To the black men and women that are watching me right now, I appreciate you more than you will ever freaking know. I love you. Thank you for watching my second episode of that crazy melanin princess. I know y'all expect me to be more fun and upbeat, but we gonna do that too. But I do appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. I'm signing off. Love, hugs, and kisses. Y'all ain't got to go home, but you got to get the up off my life. Oh wait, that's it. See? Look at me. Bye y'all. Y'all can log off. I'm struggling over here. Big Mama she's got it. Tell me about myself. Give me some comments.